Oh, thank God. Luke and I just got back from the facial surgery center.
Can we play Dragon Quest VII?
Eventually, too. When it comes to Dragon Quest,
charged 3DS.
I'm planning to make our first Dragon Quest run 11, since that's the one that people like the most nowadays.
Really? We're starting with 11?
Wouldn't that be more about downward spiral then?
Well, I mean, not really.
We're not here for that either.
I mean, I guess chronologically, Dragon Quest.
So yeah,
takes
this
place
is
before
the culmination of the prequel saga, because yes, it counts also the movie Eternal Diva.
This game also... Yes,
I
I also like to dedicate this playthrough to the Akira Tago, because shortly after this game he passed away, and as a result he was never able to work on Layton after this. So yeah, anyway, yeah, like we saw in the cliffhanger of our Miracle Mask playthrough, yes, it's time for Professor Layton and the Azran Legacy, the game that makes the original Herschel saga come full circle. Volume, I'll keep the volume on default for now.
Fine.
Alright, so please enter your name, you already know how this works, so let's put that, there you go. This is a work of fiction. The characters, groups, and events portrayed within are in no way intended to resemble those of the real world.
I'm not real. No.
That's a secret professor.
So,
never real.
Sorry, Layton, you're not real.
You never were, Professor.
He was alive. You were alive from the get-go.
Professor, do you really think it's possible that he's found a living mummy?
Well, I've heard that Professor Sycamore is the authority on the excavation of ancient ruins. He wouldn't just make it up, would he?
Certainly.
Oh, okay, a new character, Professor Desmond Sycamore. Okay, let's see.
What do you think he means?
He has a cool airship.
Prologue, setting off.
Don't worry, Luke. I'll protect you.
Wow,
that's my job.
Amazing! I feel like I'm on some kind of cruise ship.
I don't mind having two adults protect me.
It's easy
They're
to
like my parents.
in such luxurious surroundings.
Welcome aboard the airship Bostonius.
That's a cool name.
Oh,
wow,
this guy looks familiar. Yeah. So yeah, everybody, anyone who's played the previous prequels already knows who this guy is, and by extension.
Bells are ringing.
So, well, yeah, you can tell that there was like, you know what, you know exactly where this is going. So let's just show him right here, the butler. You'll see exactly who it is then. All right.
Professor Sycamore was very keen that I make sure you were the real Professor.
Also, is that Alistair Duncan voicing the butler?
I don't know.
What?
Of course I'm the real Professor Layton.
That's the thing too. Even if you go check the credits, most of these voice actors use pseudonyms when voicing these games, so it's not even a guarantee that you'll find it.
I mean, it would fit because Alistair Duncan is actually Scottish, so I can imagine Nintendo of Europe would be able to use
it. Alright, so here's our first puzzle.
Of course, we're immediately off the target.
Okay. Puzzle number 001. Airship's destination. It's worth 20 Picarats. This world map only indicates the locations of two things, cities and refueling stations. The Bostonians will stop off at each one of these en route to its true destination. But where could this destination be? Move the airship to indicate the route that it should take. You can only move the airship to adjacent squares, and if it runs out of fuel, you won't be able to move it at all. What this basically means is that every time you move one space, you will lose one of those bars of fuel that are represented in the right side of the bottom screen. So plot a route that goes through every city and refueling station. The airship will use up fuel as it moves, so be sure to always visit a refueling station before the fuel runs out, which basically means you have to pre-plan your trajectory. Touch up and down to display the puzzle text on the top screen or the touch screen. Yeah, since it's been a long since we've done Miracle Mask, might as well recap this. To hide the text altogether, touch, well, hide text. Alternatively, when the text is on the touch screen, you can hide it just by touching that screen.
By the time we're recording this, if I understand correctly, the 3DS games have not been properly released on mobile, like the DDS one.
The prequels in general, that's the thing too. It's abundantly clear that moving on, Hino intends to just cater to the OG trilogy fans, clearly, because that's the most well-received one. Oh, they are. They were, but well, I guess we'll have to wait and see how things go on that. Anyway, yeah, basically just make sure.
Around the world in, well, way less
remember, the goal is to go through every single building, so you have to plan accordingly. Again, fortunately, this is one of those puzzles that you cannot actually fail at, so don't worry, just keep trying until you get it.
You know, I think this may be it.
And yeah, as you might have noticed, compared to Miracle Mask, the character models have been given an upgrade, and yeah, they look much better than they did in Miracle Mask.
Well, as I mentioned,
Are you using a 3DS emulator so that we can get those crisp 60
No.
FPS?
The emulation for Azran Legacy is great, but there is some minor slowdown when transitioning from hand-drawn things to in-game 3D stuff. So I decided to just use my 3DS capture. I'm actually playing on an actual 3DS.
Me and Luke had to go back to Luke's hometown so we could get plastic surgery. I got those acorns removed from my face.
Honored guests. We shall be taking off immediately.
And by the way, I really like the prologue theme of this. Again, once again, Tomohito Nishiura does not miss. So.
Look, Professor, we're flying!
Yes, I know.
Professor Layton and the Azran Legacy. Or as it's known in Japan...
I see the title flying right behind us!
Or as it's known in Japan, Professor Layton and the Super Civilization A. Yeah, that's their name in the Japanese version, by the way. Super Civilization A.
Azran Legacy, thank you very much.
Weirdly enough, the Azran as a whole, even when they were talked about even in previous products, in my country were called Aslan. And I don't know why.
As in Aslan the lion?
No, with a T at the end, Aslan.
Yeah.
Huh.
I actually saw that. Ooh, bunny!
It was the last adventure that I would share with Professor Layton.
Thanks.
Spoilers, Abby.
Yeah,
to be fair, people who played the OG trilogy
The original trilogy.
to be fair, people who played the OG trilogy already knew that going in, so it's not
So
really.
where are we first?
Iceland?
Froenborg.
But if for some reason this was your first game,
Yes,
why are you here?
basically, of all the original Layton games, this is the one that is by far the biggest in terms of scale, because you travel all around the Layton world.
Instead of being just focused on one city.
Yep. Alright, so let's review the major misses of our story, as usual. Yes. Okay, so... come on. The mummy. Renowned archeologist Professor Desmond Sycamore claims to have discovered what he terms a living mummy, which is a rather mind-boggling concept. What can he possibly have found?
The professor is waiting for us at the Winchy location, so I assume this mummy has been preserved by cold rather than desiccation.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm the professor here.
And yeah, as you can,
another Professor Layton. You don't hold the monopoly on that.
Chapter 1, Frozen in Time. And as you can see, yes, the game is running...
We're here.
And yeah, as you can already see, the game is once again running on the same engine that powered Miracle Mask and the crossover. Go ahead, Shuri.
Well, here we are.
Froenborg.
Is that right? Yes. Pristine white slopes, gentle snowfall. This place is gorgeous.
Not just gorgeous, Shuri, and Ammy. Tomohito Nishihura's Froenborg theme is one of my all-time favorite Layton tracks. This track is amazing, I love it.
Yes, it is rather. And if Professor Sycamore is to be believed, it's here that we'll see his living mummy, and hey, maybe we'll get to see Captain America.
Yes.
Wrong country, Professor.
It's rather hard to swallow, isn't it? I fear I'd dismiss the whole thing as a ruse if it weren't for Sycamore's involvement.
Pretty sure Captain America's up in the North Pole.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure.
What a dick.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Shuri?
If he's right, it'll be the find of the century. No, the millennium.
It's not a millennium
puzzle.
What year even is it?
It's somewhere in sometime.
That would really be something.
Maybe it does. Maybe they do the Mega Man thing. It takes us in the year 20XX.
Oh, come on! Let's get going. We have a town to investigate.
Hey, Mr. Hino, go ahead.
Let's not be hasty, Luke. It might be wise to review our methods before rushing headlong into somewhere new.
Yeah.
Did we also remember to bring our coats for when it gets extra cold like this? Well, of course. Right you are, Professor.
Okay, I'm gonna skip for this because we recently played for the crossover, so we know how this. I think, yeah, we recently played for the crossover. We all know how this works.
The screen. Blah,
it's okay, Professor. Let's just skip for this. We already know how this works.
I have to say, well, like I said, I tend to prefer the models as they were in the crossover.
Same.
You can tell these are more cel-shaded and they work fine with it, but the one in the crossover felt a bit more detailed, and like I said, the colors had a bit more warm than the pastel.
That's because the art director was Kazuya Nuri. Remember, it's the Ace Attorney art director.
I'm wrong, but I just prefer Bear.
I do agree that that's probably my preferred way of how Layton and Luke look. That said, I mean, either is better than Miracle Masks.
I don't think those were terrible.
For me, I'm especially excited for to watch the Layton characters in the glorious Ni no Kuni engine, all cel shaded and great, like in the Ni no Kuni games. That's gonna look great. Anyway, yeah, and once again, you can kind of there you go. Sure, go on.
A gentleman should never bounce on a sofa, Luke.
There you go. See, Luke? Don't bounce.
Seriously?
This must be the dashboard. You were saying, Ammy. There are buttons and switches everywhere.
Hey, I'm not bouncing on the sofa. I'm jumping on it. It's a big difference.
The pilot's got an amazing view of the outside from here. Nice comfy seat, too.
Yes, indeed. Piloting this airship around the world must be quite exhilarating.
Indeed. Go on, Pedro, press A, please. Thank you.
So no Captain America, then?
No.
Oh, do you think Professor Sycamore would let me take the controls sometime?
No.
Emmy, no!
We don't want to have Studio Ghibli syndrome.
Yes.
Do you want to be like Troy in those Star Trek movies?
Excuse me, Professor. Are you ready to disembark?
No, I haven't got a coat on.
That's a very polite way to say GTFO.
Okay.
This is how we in the UK say GTFO.
Yeah, piss off. That's what we say.
Alright.
Well, considering he has the Scottish accent, like, get off me airship.
Sitting in this chair and puts one in full control of the Bostonians.
For the record, everybody, unlike Jova, I'm not going to go out of my way to watch every single one of these because I kind of want to keep the playthrough moving forward, you know?
My playthrough's moving forward. I just also.
Oh no, I know. It's just that I want to, at the very least, try to keep the number of parts to a reasonable minimum of number.
Thank you, Raymond.
Yeah.
By the way, that beard of yours makes you want to tug on it.
Professor, as you know what they say, everybody loves Raymond.
Yep.
They don't.
Yes, the Animal Crossing cat. We know.
Of course, it's always Animal Crossing with cats.
Right then. Our first step is to locate Professor Sycamore.
Okay.
Sycamore, who they did that?
Rob! The investigation begins. Let's go, Professor.
What kind of family names themselves Sick? Investigation is all, enthusiasm is all very well, but shall we work out how we're going to get about first?
Well, I don't know. Moon names. Moon.
I assume it involves going outside.
Yeah, we already know how this works. Moving on.
Pass the map. Move your feet one forward in front of the other.
I never checked. Let me check the historical origin of the name Herschel.
Well, who names someone Layton anyway? Are you always late to places?
Go ahead, Shuri.
Basically, to move from one location to the next, all we need to do is touch an orange icon on the map, right?
Yes, if only that worked in real life. That's it exactly, Emmy. Now, I suggest we step outside and have a look around.
Well, I'll think like when we come to London, where all you have to do to board the London bus is to just press the bus button, and the bus will immediately come and take you to where you want to go.
Herschel, Yiddish diminutive of Hirsch, as a non-Jewish American name, somewhat common around the end of the 19th century, but despite the Germans for him Herschel.
Again, as usual, Level 5 knows how to get the best out of Nintendo's hardware, in handheld hardware. I mean, like, look how gorgeous this looks.
Wow! It's like the whole town is covered in royal icing. I've never seen so much snow before.
Luke, where do you live?
I literally live in a foggy village that doesn't get snow often. You literally visited me there 2 games ago.
Those all year round in Froenborg, Luke. These mountains are not called the Silver Peaks for nothing.
Indeed.
What about Twin Peaks?
No!
We're not there.
All year round. We could ski every day. In fact, maybe I should see about hiring a set of skis or a snowmobile.
Emmy,
My
do you know how
sister's
big
current
a
boyfriend will love this place.
Emmy, do you know how big a budget we have?
Oh
what
yeah,
about
you're
the
a teacher. You're
investigation,
broke.
Emmy? I thought you said no horsing around.
I didn't say anything about hiring horses.
Yeah, she wants to use skis, Luke. Pay attention.
I wouldn't mind whizzing down one or two of those slopes myself, but yes, Sycamore is our priority for
Don't
now.
eat the yellow snow, Layton.
Wait, that was yellow?
Layton's the one making the yellow snow, probably.
Alright.
God damn.
Ooh, an eagle.
Whoa! Are all the walls of that house really made of ice? It must be freezing in there.
It must be, yep.
Actually, I've read that igloos are quite warm on the inside. Because the insulation. Still, I wonder who lives here.
Let's barge in, uninvited.
And destroy all the pots in the name of Link.
Yes.
Of course. Perhaps it's a lodge for travelers. With such magnificent scenery, this town is bound to attract a lot of visitors.
See,
Yes, I
See,
can
even-
see them.
see, even
Wow.
even Layton is commenting on how gorgeous the scenery looks.
Well, I'm just glad I
If
had
this were a
that surgery.
holiday, I'd definitely want to spend the night in there. Do you think we can sneak a peek inside?
No!
Why not?
Professor, there's a man coming this way. Do you think he knows where Sycamore is? Maybe he can give us directions. Also, Luke, someone might
because-
already be
Alright,
living
Jova.
in there.
Alright, Jova, that's your cue.
Yeah,
Oh, there he is.
my mistress is, my missus lives there.
With that magnificent pompadour.
That
Wow.
magnificent, that magnificent, the magnificent mustache and a magnificent pompadour.
Lord, in this rusty, snow-piled peaks, we meet again, my friends. Fate has seen fit to send you here to warm my heart and ease my shivers. Please let me use your body heat now.
Ah, yes. You are... Don't touch me.
Professor, what have you forgot?
I am indeed. How pleasing it is to see you in good health. I never dreamt of meeting you
Oh.
here.
Okay, so you have no name then.
My dreams were of shining silvers and ivory whites, but I must confess, the cold, it is too much. It has triumphed over me. Oh, my friend, it seems I am unsuitably attired. As are you
dear.
too.
It is unfortunate. Perhaps you'd better try to keep warm indoors.
Might I ask how you are staying so warm yourselves?
I'm warm-blooded.
You know that doesn't make sense. Your wise words prove you are not just a pretty hat, and I shall heed them gladly. But first, I have a mission
Wait,
for you.
Am I smart or dumb? Make up your mind.
A mission? You don't want to know the answer. Somewhere around here, I have placed a wooden box. I would like you to try and find it. Go on, slide your stylus around.
I beg your pardon.
Alright, let's find it.
Slide my what around? You mind your own
A
business.
wooden box. I'm afraid
Maybe
I don't
you're not
see
as
it.
much as I gave you credit for.
Yeah, I can see one.
I don't see a wooden box anywhere. Where is it supposed to be? Ah, you so impatient. Your toes may be numb, my young fellow, but do not let the cold glaciate your mind. Glaciate?
It means your toes are gonna fall off.
I'm sorry, but what are you talking about?
Very well. I shall not keep it from you any longer, my friends. What I speak of is the ancient art of zooming. Zooming? What's that? It rings a bell. Well, you see, it's when
what
you
difference
contact...
It's
10
what a
years
cat
can
does
make.
at 3 a.m.
What difference do 10 years can make to a single word?
Yep.
It's a ring a brilliant. You have used it before, no doubt.
Yeah, we already know how this is. It's a crossover too. Let's move on.
Oh, please, locate my box.
What's in the box?
There it is.
Ah! Oh, so it was in here all along.
The other way, Luke.
Indeed, it was.
Also-
Luke, I'm not the box.
I'm not sure zooming was actually a mechanic in the crossover.
Wasn't
you
it
know,
then?
outside of
I
courtroom
thought it was
sections.
in Miracle Mask.
Well, it was. It was there,
but
yeah.
that's- Miracle Mask, yes, but that was a much longer time ago. Pedro thought that we'd done this.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's not that complicated. It's like asking, telling.
Basically, if the magnifying glass goes blue, just press it so you can zoom in. That's basically what it is.
You are Noreen, my lady, but will you not inspect the box? I'm sure you want to. Go on, touch it.
It's like
And then
that
it turns
video
out
of typing a Pokemon Ranger game that Jay
Alright, let's see.
Touch the
Oh
beam.
god, it's
Oh,
stuck in the box.
a hint
oh wait,
coin.
no, it's just a hint coin.
It's just a hint coin.
Behold, a hint coin. When your puzzling logic runs into a dead end, this grimmening beauty will be your guide. However, hint coins are not infinite, so be sure not to fritter them away. You must save them for when you're well and truly lost. These coins are hidden all over the world. Pure your eyes and seek, scour, scrutinize, and when you have a chance, zoom! With that, my friends, I have played my part in this tale, and there is nothing left for me to teach you. I'll just go over there and die now.
Bye.
But one thing, when you no longer want to see the world in glorious detail, touch zoom out to return to normal. Now lest I crystallize into fun stalagmite.
hang
Oh,
on.
too late.
I don't, Professor. I don't feel so good.
Did you?
Well, hey, at least when he dies, at least he'll already be in the box.
Damn.
Our old friend Aldous is quite the traveller. He did look exceedingly cold, though. Let's hope he manages to find suitable clothing and he fell over.
Again, how are we to spine? I'd hate for him to catch a cold after being so helpful. He's taught us loads of useful stuff, and now you know why he never came back in the original trilogy.
He died. He has indeed, though we didn't quite get the directions we were hoping for, and my phone doesn't work.
Alright. With
We'll
that.
just have to improvise then, won't we?
Alright, in that case, let's see. What else is in here?
No phone signal or anything.
The
Okay.
stove is all worn out and rusted. What do you think?
Ooh, a hint coin in that.
I'm thinking a hint coin, Luke.
And there's another one.
That's another one. Okay, I'm just gonna climb up here and grab the hint coin.
Alright,
Yeah, just go ahead and do that.
Yes.
indeed.
I
Alright,
could literally even turn into a rocket and become
a hint coin in the
turn
stump,
into a rocket and fly up to the moon to get a hint coin.
and a hint coin in the roof. Sorry, but there will not be a hint coin in the sun or the moon in this game.
Alas.
Like I said, it's the crossover that has the best ever.
Can you imagine? Was
Oh,
it
yeah.
like, Professor, you're to get the hint code, you have to stare at the sun until your eyes burn out.
Luke, I stared at an orange sky to the east. Suddenly, there was intense light all around me. What do you... Then when I came to, I was home. What do you think happened to me, Luke?
Higgledy piggledy.
What?
Fine, forget it! Go on. I guess I'll go. These higgledy-piggledy buildings are also charming. It's like being inside a snow globe.
What, shaking around, banging your head on the glass roof?
Yes.
If that helps you, sure.
Sounds painful, no thank you. I just had surgery on my face. I don't need more bumps.
Hey, Professor, I just thought of something. How are we going to keep track of our progress and our investigation too?
Remembering, of course. An excellent question, Luke. Listen closely, both of you. Remember shit, you fools.
Well, so long as you don't blast through it.
Start by touching the trunk icon on the touchscreen.
Yeah, we already know.
Save and stuff.
We
Yes.
already know how this works. Moving on.
Yeah. Right in my notebook. I'm Professor Layton, and these are my apprentices.
There's the episode
But then you also
option.
have the episodes.
Returning
These are
from
my-
Miracle Mask and the crossover.
And these are my apprentices, Luck and MEI.
Yeah,
Whatever.
be sure to check often, because new episodes unlock when you progress with the story. Oh, go ahead. Oops.
And finally, here you'll find a new treasure hunt mode, in which you scour the world looking for hidden treasures.
Considering the world adventure angle of this game, obviously makes sense to throw in some treasure hunting, why not?
After the treasure hunt mode, touch Activate Street Pass to start using Street Pass and try out challenges set by other players.
I
Street
miss Street
Pass,
Pass.
those were good days.
If it still works, that is.
I think Street Pass still does work.
Yeah, it
but-
does because it doesn't require internet or something. But the chances of finding other people with actual 3DSs and something compatible with what you do with Street Pass are very scarce at this point.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised Switch didn't make an equivalent to that, seeing as how you can take it on the go.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
Alas.
Anyway, saying you know how something works and putting it into practice are two different things, Luke. Just like how you say you know how to tie your laces, and yet I've never seen you wear any shoes without buckles.
Abby, are you just going to be putting Luke down the whole game?
Yeah, it's called.
Well, remember, this is a thing since
Emmy's
last.
full of sass this time.
Well, remember.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, ever since last Spectre, they've always had a big sister, little brother dynamic where she teases him here and there. To be
Poor Luke.
Like, damn, like, Emmy sasses him on all cylinders. Also partly due to the rivalry of who gets to be Layton's
apprentice,
true.
It's the whole, it's the old-fashioned, oh, they tease each other because they love each other thing, basically.
Don't worry, Luke.
It feels like it definitely comes more from Emmy.
Don't worry, Luke. You'll have plenty of opportunities to use the trunk during our investigation. You can hide in it later. So
Oh, and speaking of episodes, we have a new episode.
Wow, that's a new record.
Yep.
We didn't book enough seats on the
Every
flight,
single episode in this game gets unlocked via story, except for the final one. The final one only unlocks when you complete all the puzzles in the game, which I will. So, all right. So let's look for more hint coins.
Okay, wait.
Yes, Oops.
No, never mind.
Wow, there's so much snow on these buildings. Go on. No, go on, Oops.
I just got to climb up here and no hint coin. Fuck.
Oh, hold on.
Oh shit! Ah!
And
There you go.
still found
We found ourselves another hint coin, indeed.
Are you okay,
Oh my
Professor?
god. What happened?
Professor kind of accidentally killed someone with an
Oh, I
axe.
think we're
Army.
just in time to talk with someone.
I
I
wanted
leave
to-
you alone for 1 moment.
I wanted to reenact Hitman.
All right.
You're not a hitman. You're a university professor.
Okay, fine.
Kill someone by.
Because I can't
All right.
be
So
both.
before we end this part, let's watch the first episode. The Airship Bostonians. Layton, Luke, and Emmy fly out to meet Professor
University
Sycamore in true
professors are
style,
supposed
enjoying
to
both
kill
the comfort
ambition, not people.
of the Bostonians and some stellar service, courtesy of Raymond. So yeah, this takes place in between the opening cutscene
the flight,
and yeah, during the flight. Go on.
Professor Sycamore must be really rich to afford an airship like this.
But his name's not Rich.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
What are you waiting for? Go and ask him.
He is a world-renowned archaeologist. He probably
What?
gets funding from all sorts of institutes.
Hell,
I'm
that's
the
the
one-
protagonist
We
of
found
I don't
someone
know.
who is
Wait a
more
minute.
popular
No.
than you, Professor.
Professor,
I'm a world-renowned archaeologist. How come I don't get a blimp?
Hold on.
You're a UK
Why
Why
renowned
doesn't our professor get that kind of treatment?
There you go.
He's made some amazing discoveries.
Exactly.
The British government sucks.
Remember, this is the usual thing in our level 5 runs. Somebody thinks up something and immediately the game addresses it. Go on.
Oh, there's no shortage of interest in Professor Layton's work, don't worry.
I
I'd say
mean,
that the sales fix.
that doesn't necessarily mean there's money in it, though.
Yes, interest doesn't mean money. If that were the case, it's bloody
Then why do we
exposure.
travel everywhere in a rickety old car?
Because it's charming and fun. Come on.
Let me guess. You're gonna say the adult thing that it builds character.
Oh, go on, Sherry, go on.
Because he turns down each and every offer.
I'm
I think
forced
he prefers
to.
keep things low key. Maybe if the
Because I'm
professor
forced
is.
Professor, that's actually noble. But to be honest, if you want to do like the right thing, if you want, get the money and donate them to charity.
Maybe
I know,
the
right?
professor is a if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of guy.
I'm pretty sure that car has broken down a bit with how rickety it is. Like, in fact, one of the literal starting animations in Curious Village is that car ricketing all over the place on the main menu.
Mm-hmm.
Word up.
Although it is interesting
Kind
with
of.
this game reviewing that Luke apparently had low
I'm,
opinions of Layton's car.
I'm glad to see you're enjoying the scenery, but perhaps it would be best to keep your hands off the windows. We don't want to leave smudges, do we? On the
Oh,
ground?
I shouldn't worry about that. I plan to clean the Bastonias from top to bottom when we land, regardless. Smudge away.
Damn. very
You enjoy
committed.
cleaning, don't you, Alfred?
I hope
Raymond.
you enjoyed cleaning up the human bodies.
Anyway,
beforehand.
your tea, sir.
Of course.
Ooh, my
Oh,
tea.
jeez.
Oh, thank you, Raymond. Wait a minute. Have you put sugar in this tea?
Yes.
What's wrong with sugar and tea?
Nothing. I was just making sure.
I'm
go on.
I'm not going to dignify that
Hello?
with a response.
Grey, piping hot, and what a fragrant blend.
There you go, everybody. You heard it right here. Shiroi. Layton is a big fan of Earl Grey tea.
It's a very
alright,
nice
sure.
tea, actually.
Also, sure, don't worry, we can dump any bad tea into the Boston River.
I doubt you
Yeah.
would look.
Stop polluting your oceans.
I doubt you would
Oh,
look.
God, I didn't know tea was that bad that it was polluting it.
You know what I mean.
We also have a selection of confectionery for those with a sweeter palate. Please, do help yourself.
Boy, this airship has everything. Now, where's the in-flight movies?
Have you got any truffle?
Well, there's a screen. There's a TV screen over there, so maybe.
I
So
guess
this is
Sonic
what it
would like
feels
this
like.
flight.
So this is what it feels like to live in the lap of luxury.
Indeed.
Don't be jealous.
We do have quite a voyage ahead of us still. We would like you to be as comfortable as possible during your stay.
Now, if only it were powered by steam, that would be great.
No. Remember, Luke, this thing is made in the UK, and as such, it has to be powered by the darkest and most polluting coal as possible.
Damn.
Trying to release that CO2.
Anyway, alright, there's a little girl right there. Maybe she can give us directions on where to find Professor Sycamore? I guess we'll have to see in the next part.
Just please don't scare the little girl away.
Scaring the little girl! Alright, see you, everybody.
See ya.